Volcanic activity raises Japanese island, exposing sunken Second World War ships.
Here's a summary of the article.
An undersea volcano and related tectonic activity near the Ogasawara island chain in Japan has raised the island of Iwo Jima, exposing a fleet of partially sunken Second World War ships. Aerial footage from the Japanese All Nippon News Network reported the strange phenomenon on Monday. The ghostly fleet of wrecks, which can often be seen partially submerged, now appear beached on the small volcanic island's black sandy beaches. The island, the name of which translates to Sulphur Island, was the site of a battle in February 1945, when more than 100,000 US soldiers fought 20,000 Japanese defenders over its volcanic terrain and the imposing Mount Suribachi. Only 216 Japanese soldiers were captured alive, following the wartime imperial Japanese tradition of refusing to surrender, believing that capture by enemy forces was highly dishonorable. US forces attempted to create a harbor on the island as a launching pad for a potential invasion of Japan, sinking a number of captured Japanese cargo ships to form a breakwater for the harbor. The effort failed, but the broken hulls of the ships remain, the last remnants of a grim struggle to control the Pacific.
This post received a score of 3,000, with an upvote ratio of 98%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
This is so fucking cool.
I was about to say that it's fucking amazing. This is the kind of news I want to see. You would think the copy editor would have put Iwo Jima in the title rather than only Japanese island.
Now to cobble together enough to make a complete ship and make it spaceflight capable.
This is the plot of Spaceship Yamamoto, or whatever the name is, isn't it?
Space Battleship Yamato, yeah.
Was that the same as Star Blazers? I remember watching that before school as a kid, and it had the Yamato being used as a space battleship as well.
It was. It also got a reboot that started in 2012.
There was even a live-action movie that was pretty good.
Not quite a gold mine, but since they should have been made prior to the atomic blasts.
Greater than since the cessation of atmospheric nuclear testing. Background radiation has decreased to very near natural levels. 4. Making special low background steel no longer necessary for most radiation-sensitive applications, as brand new steel now has a low enough radioactive signature that it can generally be used in such applications.
You know how valuable aluminum was back then, until the Hall-Héroult process was invented? It's kinda like that, but with the value of low background steel.
Until someone realizes the marketing value of greatest generation vintage steel, made with extra freedom. If I was superstitious, I would see that as a bad omen.
I was thinking, great premise for a horror sci-fi plot, but yeah.
The apparent Transformers references, alone, are crazy. I keep track at RTF Politics.
Bunch of old vets hearing this. I told you those sneaky bastards would be back. They were playing possum.
The Seventh Carrier, a quirky 80s book series inspired by post-war Japanese holdouts about an IJN carrier that got stuck on a secret Arctic base and didn't make it to Pearl Harbor. 40 years later, the aged but still fanatically loyal to the Emperor crew finally put it to sea and proceeded to carry out a surprisingly effective act of revenge.
Has anyone measured how much the land has risen yet? Article doesn't say, but based on those ships it looks like it's several meters at least.
As of 2015, the beach U.S. Marines landed on in 1945 was 17 meters above sea level.
Good for tourism, but not so much for the ships themselves. Out of salt water, they're going to start disintegrating soon.
There's minimal tourism because it's basically a huge grave. There's a military base and you can go for any memorials for the deceased.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.